How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some advanced hitting tips. I have recently made a couple hitting tips videos throughout this year, and I kind of want to talk about something that I've kind of been doing recently and some adjustments that I've made to my previous hitting tip videos. So first thing you're going to want to do is use some of these settings. If you aren't used to zone hitting, I would recommend using that along with pure analog. If you're just recently picking up the game and you're new to the game, I would recommend lowering the difficulty a little bit and probably getting into Road to the Show. That is how I was able to learn how to use zone hitting and analog pitching. I would use it in Road to the Show or franchise mode on all-star difficulty, and that's kind of how I learned how to play this game, how to hit and pitch in this game. So basically what you can do is go into the sliders underneath the settings. You can decrease your human contact and power and timing. Those would be the main things I would focus on for human settings, but I don't necessarily recommend that. It's an option. I wanted to include it in the video. I'm not going to be doing that though for this video. It can mess up your swing timing online a little bit. And this video is going to be a little bit different as well. You can also adjust the CPU strike frequency. You want them to throw pitches like players would online. So you might want to lower that. You might want to increase it depending on what you're trying to focus on. Off-speed, pitch speed, and fastball pitch speed is another one. But basically, you can also take out wind. Wind is not prevalent in ranked seasons. But for this video's sake, I'm going to leave everything on simply because I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. In custom practice, I would recommend using either the all-star teams or some of these legend teams. I know a lot of other top players have also recommended very similar tips to what I'm going to be talking about, and it's kind of just been passed on throughout the community on how to, warm up for a game, how to prepare to hit in this game, as well as some advanced hitting tips. So basically I'm going into any minor league stadium. You don't really want too much lag. You don't want to pick a major league stadium. But basically once you get into this custom practice, you can create a play. You can create an account. You can create a situation, put some runners on. You can repeat the play. For this video, I'm going to be going up against Vita Blue, a lefty. I like to do this against a lefty, but at the same time, I'm not going to swing the bat at all. I'm going to wait until I can kind of track the PCI to the ball a little bit. I'm just going to take as many pitches as possible. Take every single pitch. Honestly, throughout this video, I don't think I'm going to swing the bat once, and I'm going to explain to you guys why I'm doing this. So if you go into legend difficulty and you go into this custom practice, and immediately after you hop into an online game, if you've been taking batting practice with this, it can mess up your timing a little bit. So I'm trying to avoid that by just envisioning myself swinging along with moving the PCI. So as you can see, I'm kind of tracking the ball here. The reason why I'm not swinging is just the timing window. If you go into an online game after this, you might be a little bit early, you might be a little bit late, depending on the timing window. There is also a little bit of a latency or a lag at the point of contact online, and we don't necessarily see that in any mode against the computer. So I'm basically just trying to track pitches, but I'm also doing this for a specific reason. Because confidence is so overpowered in this game, I want to allow Vita Blue's confidence to get all the way maxed out. I want to have as much break on his pitches as I possibly can. I want all of them to be with maxed out confidence while he's throwing them in there, simply because it's going to make the curveball break a little bit more. The energy is not really affected in this custom practice as much. I was kind of looking at it, and I'm going to show examples of the confidence meter going up as I'm striking out looking here. But basically there isn't individual pitch confidence in custom practice either. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that once I hit R2 and pull it up. But basically I'm just tracking these pitches. Changeups up in the zone, curveballs up in the zone, working on adjusting the PCI as the pitch is coming in, but not overcompensating, not moving it around too much. I'm just trying to envision myself swinging as I'm moving the PCI around in a circle or moving it towards the ball. I'm not pressing X, but I'm acting like I would. I'm envisioning it in my head. And you might think I'm crazy for doing this, but I want to explain exactly why I'm doing this. I want to encourage you guys to try it out. It's something that I've done a little bit recently, but as you can see now, the confidence is completely maxed out. It's hard to tell if that actually makes the PCI a little bit smaller. I am using different hitters, so I would have kind of had to slow the frames down and and compare, but I don't really have the best capabilities to do that. So I kind of wanted to go away from that and just focus on showing you the confidence. But normally in an online game, there will be a blue circle around each individual pitch when you hold R2. And in this one, in custom practice, there isn't that individual blue circle. What that means is the individual pitch confidence for that pitcher's repertoire, if that makes sense. So I will have a screenshot a little bit later, or actually where I'm a situation where I'm holding down R2. But I still wanted to show you guys how I'm kind of tracking the PCI to the ball. I'm not swinging at all in this whole entire video. I don't want to mess up my timing. And not that it always will mess up your timing, but I have noticed a few times here and there that I get a little bit out of rhythm. I get a little bit out of timing with moving the PCI and swinging at the same time. So this is a great way to practice. Of course, this is advanced hitting tips. If you're working on zone hitting and working on making contact, then of course you're going to want to go ahead and swing. But I would wait until the confidence is all the way maxed out. It's going to make the contact and hit result a little bit harder on you. But you're just practicing. You're just trying to warm up for a game for ranked seasons. If you're in the championship series, making a push towards World Series, this is when I would do this. And I have done this in the past. Recently, when I made World Series this last season, I was down 6 runs. I had to make a comeback, and I felt like warming up this way helped me. Sometimes I just go into a game completely cold. I feel like we all do that at the end of the day. It's just a video game, so you don't necessarily need to warm up for every single game you play, and sometimes we just don't have the time to do it. But basically all I did was take about 10 minutes before doing this. I played a game after, and it seemed to help my hitting a lot more. I've done this quite a few times now. I've kind of been doing it for the last week and a half or so, and it has certainly helped me out with my approach at the plate, taking pitches, reading them out of the pitcher's hand. Sometimes I have more of a difficulty reading left-handed pitching just because there aren't as many left-handed pitchers in this game. I have a tough time hitting righty-righty, so this is a great time to practice that, as well as lefty-righty isn't really... I don't really hit left-handed pitching with a right-handed batter as well as I do lefty on lefty. So it's kind of interesting. It's just the way I am playing the game, and I notice these things. So I'm always trying to improve. I'm always trying to help you all out as well. But as you can see, I've gone about 7.5 minutes. I have yet to swing the bat, but I'm tracking the PCI to the ball. That pitch, I felt like if I had the right timing with X, I would have been able to hit it. Now I'm kind of adjusting my PCI in the last location of where the pitcher threw it. At the same time, this is a great opportunity for you to kind of find where you want to start your PCI as the pitch is coming in. Sometimes I like to start it inside, sometimes I like to start it outside, depending on the pitcher's tendencies. So this is a great way for me to practice that. Sometimes I'll start it on the outside, sometimes I'll start it up and in, sometimes I'll go low and in like I just did right there, and try to react from sitting on a specific pitch, if that makes sense. I'm always looking to try and ambush a specific pitch when I'm playing my opponent. I'm trying to find out their tendencies and try to figure out, okay, if they're throwing, off speed in a 1-2 count every single time, then I need to focus on that and sit on that pitch, but still be able to react to the fastball up and in. So this is a great chance to try that. I'm also working on, starting the PCI directly from the middle. And oftentimes doing this custom practice, they're going to throw you pitches down the plate. You want to, if you're going to swing, now's the time to do it. He has maxed out confidence. We've seen a ton of pitches through Vita Blue. We can also change the pitcher and do the same type of thing, wait for his confidence to get maxed out, and then try and hit him and try and lower it that way. Then you'll see that the pitcher becomes much easier to hit after you lowered his confidence a little bit, if you string some hits together, stuff like that. You can pick up on some of the little things on how the game plays while you do this custom practice. Now basically we're getting to the end of the video, so I wanted to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about with the individual pitch confidence and that blue circle that is actually not depicted in this custom practice mode. Like I mentioned earlier, if you pause, you can also create a play. If you leave the same pitcher in, then the confidence will stay the same as I'm showing here. But basically around each individual pitch icon, each individual button icon, and that gives you an idea of where that individual pitch is at in terms of confidence and how much break it's going to have, stuff like that. The lower, the easier it is to hit, the better hit chance you're going to have. So I just wanted to kind of go over that. Hopefully this helps you all, and hopefully you guys learned something in this video. That's all I'm trying to do. Consider subscribing if you are new, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.